Thank you for tuning in to the Sleight of Hand podcast, Lavertill Rising, episode 7. We are super stoked to be here and playing some D&D via Zoom, but I must say I'm ready to be sitting at a real table. I was being nostalgic, posted on Instagram the other day in Derek's living room. It was always super cozy and crammed, but that's part of the experience, and I've been really missing that. So I'm sure you guys are as well. But I had a little icebreaker question, a D&D involved icebreaker question, and this can go either way. Favorite D&D monster to either encounter or run as a DM, or both?
Oblex.
Oblex is yours?
100%.
That's a pretty dope one. Isaiah, I know you've done your fair share of DMing. What's your favorite to either encounter or run?
One of my favorite monsters, I'm not sure if it's my most favorite, but definitely I do enjoy running it, is the Oni. I did it in the one-shot that I DM'd with my sister and brother-in-law and Ian as well as someone else from our church. I really like them because they're sneaky giants that are magical, and I think they're cool. They have some really cool things in their tool set, and I think that they're more unique than some other monsters that are just kind of they're kind of not mindless, but they don't have as much of a motivation for what they do, while Onis have a little bit more lore that goes with them and all that other fun stuff.
I think I have had a lot more experience running monsters than getting to play against them, just because I DM a lot more than I get to be a player. But I was thinking that there's two scenarios of monsters that I really enjoyed running, which was the Frost Giant T-Rex combo. That was really fun. But I think my history of running monsters and underestimating the monster is like my number one profession as a DM, and running mummies was awesome. So I'm going to say mummies are probably my favorite monster to run or encounter in D&D.
And for those of you who are mostly listeners of this podcast, I highly encourage that you watch us on YouTube so that when Ian says he loved running mummies, you can see all of us who are in Elk and Arrow shake our heads in disgust. I still remember that episode and just the sheer terror of it. I don't have a lot of experience. As much as I've been playing for a long time, I haven't DM'd a lot, and not too many of the monsters come to mind. But the one time I have DM'd, I really enjoyed surprising my crew with a lycanthrope themed one shot, and specifically having kind of the main the middle boss be werebores. Especially I like the humanoid shifting, and when I would imagine in a longer campaign, just kind of the fear of your character being infected with something that, oh God, I need to go get this cured now. So that was a lot of fun for me personally.
And lycanthropy, if you catch it, you got to deal with that too. So, which is always interesting. So,
absolutely.
I'm here to do two things.
I'm here to do
help dungeons fight dragons.
Yeah.
My favorite monster is a dragon.
Dragon. Why? Because they're the most powerful creature in the monster manual?
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing better than, getting to the end of the dungeon and finding out you stumbled into a green dragon's horde and having the whole party just be like, was it even worth it? We're going to die now.
Nothing like 26d6, right?
It wasn't.
Derek, what's your favorite?
I personally like the Displacer Beast. It's not the strongest monster, but if you have a good 3 or 4 of them, it basically becomes a strong monster with the whole displacement mechanic, and just the look of it is really dope. It looks like a panther with like tentacles coming out of it that like at the tip of it has like freaking spikes on the tips of the tentacles and has like no, like what was it, 6 legs?
Yeah, aren't they barbed like tails?
Yeah, or barbed tentacles. And if you just get like 2 or 3 of them, right there, they become like a strong monster because it looks like there's 4 or 6 of them. So just being creative with them, and then just plus the look. If you look at their picture, all it is just pure raw muscle. Like if you're looking at that and you're not like freaking out by how muscly that thing is, then obviously you got like the highest level of courage going on, because that thing looks like I don't want to mess with it.
Exactly.
What up?
Mr. Blue.
Oh, I like the demons inside.
Yeah.
Getting down and deep with the role playing.
Dude,
I thought you were talking about Alien, the movie.
dude, there are some gnarly demons that you can run in D&D for sure. Even though like the lower level demons and like the imps and stuff, like they can be invisible, you know. You can wreck stuff with them.
Wreck or get wrecked.
Or get wrecked. Yes.
Either or is a party.
Well, awesome. Quick recap of last week's episode. You guys ended the episode leaving Bo Burnham's cabin. Blue left his longbow to be mastercrafted with Bo, and you guys were given a small crate of blue vials as evidence to take back to Karos. And Lyle was a jerk and tried to kill Bo's son.
He wasn't trying to kill him. He just wanted to see what both the son and Bo would do.
Yeah. And you learned.
And luckily didn't get all of us killed.
Yes. Bo responded with a buck knife, like precision throw, and then threatened your life where you stood. Pretty
Oi, 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 oi.
So you guys, did you guys decide if you were going back to Lavertill or if you were wanting to do something else?
I think half of the group doesn't even know what happened.
Yeah, some people were outside, I think, right? You were outside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we might need to talk about what happened because that situation was not good.
Yes. What's everyone's alignment? I'm curious.
Barodan's chaotic good.
Chaotic neutral for Lyle.
Okay, well that would make sense on why you
Yeah.
did that, because you're neutral.
I forgot. So
And
one second.
is Sleight neutral?
I believe he's true neutral. They are
Yeah.
true neutral, sorry.
Yeah. So whatever's the most beneficial to you is what you're gonna do in all situations, basically. And then
Al is true neutral.
true neutral. And then what's Jasper and Blue?
Neutral.
Neutral. So you have a lot of people who like, if bloodshed's in the best interest, that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine is a borderline of like, I think it definitely depends on the situation, but usually it's either neutral or lawful good.
That's the world we live in.
Sounds to me
and
like we like to think of them more as guidelines.
that's true. Well, and having one lawful good person with a bunch of neutral dudes and one chaotic good guy, it's like it's gonna be an 80-20 lean on doing wild stuff. So
I'm alright with that.
yeah. So I imagine you guys get a mile or so off the cabin and you guys kind of post in the woods to discuss further on what your plan is. And what are you guys talking about?
Well, I'll just open up with that. That was a bad situation to be in. They completely got the drop on us, and we weren't going to win that fight.
We would have been fine.
I'm less concerned of where we were and where we're going to be now. It's now our whole alignment has been, well, perhaps not alignment, but just allegiance has been called into question. But I'm not so sure any of you were fully aligned with anyone prior to this, if I'm not mistaken.
Just a job, innit?
Yes, a job we need to complete. So, are you telling me it didn't get completed?
There's a
No.
chance it could be completed twice.
Yeah, it developed.
New opportunities came up. We could, perhaps it's not too late, we could turn around and finish the job, but we've also been offered a way to perhaps make the job look more complete than it should be, or is, while also giving us an opportunity to redecide where we want to go moving forward.
And if we get caught,
That is
the
where I am.
ones who weren't there to discuss this are going to get blamed.
Yeah. Are we? I'm assuming we're having this conversation as we're walking away.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not like still in his.
Jerry,
We're like just standing out in the front yard. No, do we actually want to do this?
We're using team chat. He can't actually hear us.
Bo walks off his porch and throws a chicken leg at you guys to get off. No.
No.
Get
Yeah, no,
out
that
here,
was-
boys.
Bruh.
That wasn't good as far as the situation goes, but no, I'm not particularly aligned with either of them. I just did not think we were going to make it out of that without somebody getting either really hurt or killed. We
Then
didn't
what's
have
the-
many options.
What's the difference with every other job we've done?
We weren't that far backed into a corner.
We got good diplomacy.
I'm just letting you all know if we get caught with this, I wasn't a part of the agreement, so I can't back you guys out.
Bullshit. It's your idea.
Tricky position. As a reminder, we have, what was it, 10 or 20 bottles of essentially the drugs.
Yeah, we got the drugs.
I think it
Oh
was
yeah,
a
let's
small-
try the
Cuba.
drugs.
There's a small crate, and I think it was like 6 or 10 vials.
6 or 10
Yeah,
vials.
it's not imagine the box is the same size of like a today's world shoebox. Like it's not very big.
So what's the payment now with this new client?
What did he give us again? He gave us.
He gave you 100 gold
Huh.
up front as a good gesture to leave his name out of it or say that you didn't find him.
Uh-huh.
But he also offered you a job working with him instead of Karos. And then Jasper asked for a weapon article and a blood offering.
Yeah, so I have a shield, I have like a wooden shield that I burnt his blood into as potential proof that we finished the job. Not
Or
necessarily.
that he was dead when we got there. Or whatever
yeah,
happened.
yeah, exactly. And
But-
somebody with the highest charisma.
At
can
the
get
very
that.
least, it bought us time because, yeah, I don't think I'm not afraid to throw down, but in that situation, that wasn't going to go well.
Mhm.
So again, what was the payment we settled on? You settled on?
30 pieces of silver.
The funny thing that I'm noticing is that nobody's upfront about how much they're paying anybody. So
The funny thing I'm noticing is you're not just answering the question right now.
I think it was just 100 gold.
He gives 100 gold and a chance to work for him instead of Karos. Whether or not that's the best idea, that's what we're figuring out right now.
I can't be the only one who's a little annoyed that they weren't included in this. Al, what do you think? You were out here, right?
Oh well, yeah, but I don't mind. Granny just is here.
Okay, who else was out here?
It was
It was just you and me, sugar.
Yeah. So you guys keep chatting as you're moving
jeez.
back towards the coastline. And everyone roll a survival check.
Oh.
This is the part where Ian's like, "Hey, remember all of those monsters you gave me ideas for? They're all gonna attack at once."
All of them.
No.
Survival.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling like a 3-year-old.
This many.
5 for
a-
Derek.
And I have a +2 to my.
Said survival.
Yeah.
11.
11. Blue.
15, boy.
15. Al.
12.
12. Lyle is the only person that notices this, as he's been kind of quiet in the entire conversation as you guys have been muttering. You guys have been traveling now. It seems like probably 3+ hours. And Lyle, you feel like you guys have been going in circles. And this is the second time that you've noticed the same tree and rock setup.
And this actually fits into the background feature that I have, is he can memorize like paths traveled really easily from being, I think it's like Outlanders, it's called.
Yeah.
So we've passed this place a few times now.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm probably gonna look at I forget. Was it Al that knew detect magic, or
Jasper.
yeah, okay. It was Al.
Al knows too.
Oh, no,
Okay.
which makes sense.
Um,
She is the more wooded,
yeah.
like
Probably
nature
ask
one.
Al then. Ella, do you feel like something's off around here? I feel like we've been walking in circles.
You know, now that you say something about it, maybe. Yes. The woods all kind of look the same, which is what I love about them. But they're always different, even when they're the same.
Growing up, wandering, you kind of get a feel for where you've been and where you're going. This doesn't feel like the way back, but
Well, I was kind of just walking us around in circles because I thought we were trying to figure out what we were doing still. Were we trying to go somewhere?
I believe we're trying to make it back to Lavertill. But
Well,
if you were leading us in circles, I guess that would explain why everything looks so familiar here.
well, I don't know if I would say I was leading, but nobody has said we were ready yet, so I just didn't really try to go anywhere.
Al, roll.
I was just
persuasion.
enjoying my time.
Lyle, roll insight.
We're taking -2.
Natural 20.
Yeah, no.
All right. Al, you're being sincere about what you're saying, but you are just saying it because you feel like that's the comforting thing to say, not because it's really truth. Lyle,
It's like when your grandma says everything's going to be okay. But
yeah,
how does she
but the
know?
car's on fire and yeah. Lyle, you don't believe that she's been purposely walking you guys in circles. You're even more assured that you guys, you don't know why, but you've walked past this again. It's almost like deja vu, you feel like, but you're like, this is a
Just been in this place before?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or in an entrapment or something.
Would you mind doing one of those incantations to tell if we're being bewitched by something?
Well, I would love to, Sugar, but I already did that today. I think Oh, Miss Jasper. Oh, Miss Jasper.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, yes. I can inquire.
We seem to have a magical trickery going
Oh,
on.
I heard every word. I might be small, but my ears work. So, and just as a reminder, as long as you have the full 10 minutes of preparation, it doesn't actually cost a spell slot. Correct.
Correct.
Okay. So, we'll take the 10 minutes. Jasper will do the necessary steps for prepping the execution of that detect magic. Pulling up the spell myself so that we can roll accordingly.
Slate will pull out the longbow and just keep an eye out in case if there's any surprise attacks.
Alrighty. It goes off, Ian. Do you need me to roll anything, or is it just a...
No, so you
Yeah.
Wait,
start
get his
casting-
two
10 minutes, right, Jasper?
Yeah, 10 minutes.
So
axes ready this time, just in case.
you cast Detect Magic. You spend 10 minutes meditating on the spell. But as you cast the spell, you feel unease that comes over your body, almost like chills. And as the 10 minutes go, you realize that the sun's starting to set way faster than it should. Like, it was mid-afternoon. It actually starts to get dark in the 10 minutes period that you're casting this spell. You detect a mixture of transmutation and illusion magic.
Is it anything familiar to the vibe, for lack of better terms, that I've gotten off of the book?
No.
No.
That was necromantic.
Did Voodoo's give us anything before we left?
Just the mission.
Just the gold, correct? No
Yeah.
trinkets?
Platinum.
Okay, platinum gold. So, Jasper will be nervous. Does the spell go through its finality?
Yeah, and
okay.
Everyone roll a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah. And you said it was illusion and conjugation?
Yeah, conjuration.
Conjuration, thank you.
So, and for the listeners, illusion is making things seem like other stuff, and transmutation changes stuff into other stuff.
Transmutation or conjuration?
Transmutation,
transmutation.
changes stuff into other stuff. Illusion makes stuff seem like other stuff.
Okay.
Constitution saving throw is 20, not natural.
Okay.
And I believe I get proficiency. I get advantage on this kind of roll.
6 for Al.
12 for Lyle. He rolled
12
low.
for Al. Okay.
14 for blue.
14 for Blue.
I get to take a nap.
I'll do you one better, Baradan. Natural one.
So, Jasper, you rolled?
11.
11.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone seems to, with the fading of the light and it becoming dark, everyone but Blue and Baradin are tired and feel inclined to camp for the night. Baradin and Blue are still pretty aware and awake.
And we have also noticed that it got dark real quick.
Yeah, so you see Jasper over there in her meditation in this 10 minutes, and you're like, it's starting to get darker, and you're like, is it what she's casting? But you look up into the sky, and you see that it's just like the sun starts dropping as like the world's like turning, and the stars start to fill the sky, and it becomes dark.
I didn't take any drugs. Did you take any drugs? Is anybody else seeing this?
No, I'd like to, though.
Who opened up the shoebox full of drugs?
I just think we should camp for the night.
I mean,
It's been a long day.
And we don't want to, have any more uncertainty before we go to Lavertill. That would just be unwise.
Hey,
and she's getting restless and a little afraid, actually.
Yeah.
Kind of like
Come
a
on, guys. Come on.
hey,
Hit him
Slate.
again.
Slate. And I was gonna walk over and nudge their shoulder.
Hmm.
Can I borrow your bow for a second?
It's just as long as you take the first watch, I'll
I'll take the first watch.
they hand in the short bow and it just kind of like gets down and just kind of gets.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over and hand Blue the short bow. Like, I think you might need this.
Who has already has a bow?
No, I left
He gave it to.
Nope, he doesn't.
You don't have a short bow? I thought
Oh, bow is the bow.
I thought you got two because we got the long bow as a
Oh, wait a
treasure.
I don't have a longbow in my inventory.
second. You know what? I'm so annoyed. Oh, gosh. I'll continue.
Well, anyway,
Nah.
So
I'll take watch. It doesn't look like they're gonna be any use. So I kind of want to like a bunch of drunk friends. I want to like prop them up against each other in like a back to back.
yeah.
Hopefully they don't squish Jasper.
So blackout. We go back to the underwater dungeon. You see 3 adults and a child. They seem to be talking about something serious as they're standing next to the work desk with the green glowing book sitting open. A gentleman walks over and says, Mr. Lavertill, something has come up, and I don't think that we can complete the ceremony here and now. We need to leave. We have some people coming in from ships that have been trying to rob us, and we need to find a new location. The little girl is kind of standing in the background, is kind of trying to peek and listen, but the father notices and says, Silvana, you need to wait over here while I talk to this man. This is quite important. Mr. Dorson is one of our main clients. They begin talking more in secret, and they hear some people docking up on the bay, and they rush up, and they say, wait here, Silvana, and we'll talk again soon. We'll be fine. You see the little girl run over to the book, and she flips to one of the back pages, a page that is talking about mutation. And she rips the page out of the back of the book and quickly puts it into her bag and then runs back to the pillar and pretends like she's reading. As the 2 adults come back in, they quickly wrap up, and he grabs his daughter and says, this is a little bit dangerous. We need to get going. So they head up stairs and not to be seen again. We now flash back to the campsite. And Baradin and Blue, I need you to roll perception checks.
Yes, boss. Oh, that's a 20.
The 20?
Mm-hmm.
21.
All natural, baby.
And Baradin?
21.
21. Bro. Both of you, extremely alert. On your post, you start to hear whispering and ghostly voices from around the woods. As you peer in, you try to look a little bit closer, and you can only see like rummaging of tree branches and stuff breaking and cracking. And you hear this chanting, we will rise, the Prince of Undeath. We will rise, the Prince of Undeath. We will resurrect the Prince of Undeath.
That's not good.
Metal music in the background. And
That doesn't sound like wind.
I think this is a
Ow.
good time to pull up a little map.
Great.
Why couldn't this happen on my other character who is immune to sleeping spells?
Yeah.
I'm just sad, even with my advantage on that roll, I still failed. I rolled 2 ones tonight.
I got a natural one for the first one. I was like, crap, maybe I should try a different dice. I rolled another dice, and it was a natural one, too. I'm like, my night's not going to be good tonight.
Yeah.
Not that I was going to do the second dice. I just wanted to see what my luck was like.
Well, seeing as we have a map prepared with a encampment, maybe we didn't have a choice. I'm kidding.
I mean, if we all rolled like amazing, we probably
Maybe
could
it
have gotten
was
away with it.
premeditated by our dungeon master. No.
Oh no! Foiled again by the guardrails. Oh Jesus!
And Blue and Baradin, you keep hearing this chanting, and you know that your party's awake. What do you do?
The rest of the are they like still groggy, but they're functional, or are they?
They've like laid down. They've kind of found a place. Sleight said, "You guys take first watch."
So Sleight getting ready for nighty night, taking off their armor, keeping the mask on, but just
Okay, so they're all asleep and out.
Yeah, this is first watch, baby.
and remember if you're going to sleep, take off your armor.
So
Then you're okay.
That's why I don't
I
wear
will-
armor.
Well, say I don't wear.
My armor is my pecs.
I do love that about barbarians.
I guess I will try and wake them if I can, but I keep my eyes peeled for everything else.
And you keep hearing the chanting. It's getting a little bit louder, and it's got this weird echo effect, kind of like floating around your head, and you're just hearing it almost as if the wind's carrying it. But you look at the trees, and there's no wind in the air. It's very unnatural. It starts to get a little bit louder and louder. And
Definitely don't like that.
Blue, you notice, you see like gray humanoid figures like moving through the trees. Periodically, it's like a shadow. You're like, I don't know. Have I been drinking too much tonight? I don't know. What is that? And then Baradin, you periodically see it as well.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, just the two of us.
Just do it.
2 of us. We all gonna die tonight.
It's two dudes being guys.
Total
Guys,
party
dude.
kill.
And are they just kind of circling us? And
Yeah, you don't know if your mind is playing tricks on you or what, but you hear this sound and you see these shapes.
okay, I'm going
Stay sharp,
to
Arrow.
cast the produce flame cantrip, and I will kind of wait until I see one of the ghosts and see if I can't chuck it at them.
Okay.
Piss off, ghosts!
And
Oh,
well,
come on, me.
will everyone put themselves on the map for me?
I'll put myself on a map. You'll know who I am.
Wait, do we have these tents?
Huh?
Do we have these tents?
They're on the map. Yeah, if they're like little personal one-man tents. They're not as big as they're on the map, but I really like this map layout. So
Then I'm
2 words.
gonna be in
Sky
that tent.
Mall.
okay.
All right, so I'll be there for
I'll be in the bottom right-hand tent.
story reasons.
Okay. And Baradin, where are you?
Oh, 1 arrow at a time.
You're muted, Justin.
Right there. That
It's gonna give it to you.
Okay. X is gonna give it to you. Baradin, you notice a form up here. In the
Where?
top center corner.
Oh, that's right where my camera's blocking. I can't see it, so that's fine.
So about 30 feet north of the encampment, in the
Okay.
bush, in between the trees.
So right about there.
A little
Yeah.
to the west, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can hit it from here, so I'll throw the flame at it.
Okay.
And that is a 22 to hit.
So you see this shadowy figure walking past the trees, and you hear this chanting, and you throw this ball of fire from your hand, and you hit this figure, and it lets out this like ghastly scream as it just kind of screeches through the trees, and then it turns and it looks in your direction, and you see these white glowing eyes with no pupils staring right at you. Everyone
Oh,
roll for
shit.
initiative.
That's bad. Did I do some damage?
Would the people who are sleeping not roll initiative because we're sleeping?
Yeah,
I feel like that would have woke us up, maybe.
So you hear this loud screech, and you guys kind of come to. Yeah, you come to, but you're like, what is that? Like, what is that noise?
Should we roll with disadvantage?
Yeah,
maybe?
so Baradin and Blue can say to you guys, like, hey, yo, we got trouble, if they want.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I tried to wake everybody up earlier, but
We got a situation.
that produced flame did 3 damage on the hit.
Okay.
And my initiative is 16.
Okay.
9.
Blue.
Second. That's a dirty 20.
30-20.
Dirty the 20.
Jasper.
15.
15. Al.
14.
Lyle.
A hot 7.
7.
Mm.
Wow. And then let me roll some dice over here.
Sound like 3 dice, so 3 enemies maybe?
No, those are the prepared sneak attacks.
Oh, okay.
It'll be okay. And
be okay.
top of the order is Blue. Blue, before you take your turn, roll a perception check for me.
I contest. That is a 10.
10.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, you only notice the one that was hit by Baradin. And now it's your
Can I
turn.
look again?
No.
What about second looksies?
Mm. Let me clean my glass.
What are you doing for your turn, Blue?
Hmm?
What do you want to do for your turn?
I don't want to die.
That's fair.
I guess that ready my bow and just like skip.
Yeah. Do you have another bow?
Yeah, I've just been given one by one of them.
Okay.
Given
So-
mine.
Yeah, you'll
Yeah.
be
I'll treat it with respect.
you're holding basically. Okay. And next up is the creature that was hit by Baradin, and he moves in to the opening. Boom. Right here. And Baradin and Blue, you see standing in front of you, 10 feet in front of you, this gray creature with a bald head, with long, lanky arms that kind of go down to his knees, with extending claws, with brown bands around their arms, with just a brown loincloth, and his tongue goes to stick out, and it just slithers out like past his chest like a snake. And that will be his turn. It is now.
I think I made him mad.
Yeah, I think it is.
A little.
And as it yells, it like this kind of like you hear rustling in the bushes as another one starts to pop out from the trees to the right of Blue.
Mm-mm.
Baradin, it is now your turn.
I'm going to. Yeah, I want to take the javelin that I got stuck with and throw it at the number one over here.
Mm-hmm. Roll to hit.
Probably missed that one. It's an 8.
Yeah, you go to throw it, and it just kind of like goes right under its armpit into the woods, into the darkness.
Good shot.
Yeah. Ah, crap. So I will respond to that by moving up to here, and I'm gonna run about 10 feet and do basically like a Superman punch. Try and hit it in its nasty tongue.
Mm-hmm.
That's much better. That's a 20, not natural.
You hit.
And it is 5 damage.
5 damage.
And that is it for me. I'm not going to spend any key points right now.
Okay. And it is Jasper's turn.
Righty. And I only see 1 and 2. First I get out of the tent after hearing the shriek. Fireball in hand, defensively. I see 1 and 2. Do I see, and I see also then, of course,
You see
Blue
Baradin like
Baradin,
squaring
sorry.
up with one, and then you, based on where you're at, I don't know what symbol you picked.
The orange diamond.
Yeah, if you looked straight up ahead to the right of Blue, you see another creature coming out from the trees.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Instinctively, firebolt was in hand. I'm going to aim it at number 1. That's the one I have the clearest view of sight on. For a... Ooh, 22. Thank God. 22 for 1d8's worth of fire damage.
That hits.
And then that would be and there are no modifiers on spells, correct? On spell damage. So then that would be a 6 fire damage.
To number 1 or 2?
To number 1.
Okay.
After that, because I didn't hear exactly where the screech came from, before ending the turn, Jasper would take one, if able, quick survey of everything around her to see if there are more of them.
Yeah, roll perception.
Mm-hmm. Perception, thank you. Talk about adrenaline. 20, dirty.
Yeah, so you start surveying and looking around the camp. You start doing a 360, and you
Mhm.
notice 3 other creatures as they all start peering out of the bushes
Okay.
one by one.
Alrighty. I think I only get one spell cast. If not, I would prepare another spell, but we'll save it for next turn. And I, of course, moved 5 feet to be a little closer. Well, seeing all of them around me, I'm going to get essentially right next to Al. I find comfort in being next to such a large and friendly companion. And that will be Jasper's turn.
Okay. And it's now Al's turn.
Okay, so we got 5 people.
Yeah. If Jasper tells everyone that.
I wouldn't silently just, I would pipe. There are more of them. They're around, surrounding us.
All right. So then I'm going to take a quick look around and see if I can see. Let's see. Nobody's really grouped up at all. So I'm going to step over by Blue. Grower. 5, 10, something like right about there-ish.
I think it's funny that Christopher went to Al for comfort, and then Al just walks away.
Yep, classic.
That might be for the better.
And then I'm going to look over at number 2 and try and cast Ice Knife.
Okay.
So roll to hit. 17.
17 hits.
All right, so then that creature takes 1d10 and then gets a dex save against 2d6.
Okay. 1d10. And you said dex saving throw?
Yep.
And that was number 1?
Number 2.
Number 2.
Yes.
He rolled a 13.
That's a fail.
Okay.
All right, so that is 9 piercing damage and 5 cold damage.
Okay.
And that will be my whole turn.
Sounds good. And the third creature lurks out from the trees to the east and sees Jasper standing in the center and moves in on her and goes to attack with claws.
Sorry, Sleight.
You see this gray creature with his claws swing down on the small little gnome. And
Sorry, what?
16 to hit, Jasper.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
that hits.
You take
Oh, God.
2d4 slash.
I hope to God you roll out.
So you take 9 slashing damage. And
Jasper is down.
Wait, how much health do you have?
Yeah.
7. I'm a little wizard. don't think I ever.
So
I'm.
would you?
Wait.
I think we
I
had
might
a
have-
rest.
Yeah, no, my max health is 7. Perhaps. Well, no, I think I started with 7. I think we've leveled up once, right?
Yes.
Okay. That might give me. Gosh darn it. Okay. What is my? I think my modifier is not my modifier. I think I roll a d6 for health, so this could save me. So
I was gonna say, I was like, yeah, unless if you, yeah, there's no possible way. Unless if you have 0 plus Constitution and you rolled a 1.
exactly. So yeah, Constitution is +1, so this +6.
He never rolled his second hit.
Oh, when the dice gods are nice. Okay. Total health is now 14. I am not down for the count. I'll modify that. So you gave me nine slashing damage.
Yeah.
Going
Okay.
down more than Ruby of the Sea.
I'm
Jeez,
not
Louise.
done yet, though. You also get to do a Constitution saving throw, DC 10.
Yep, sounds good. 1 second. And is it magic damage or
It's the effect of the claw.
back to the claw? Okay.
Claw.
Constitution, you said?
Yeah.
You did 9 damage previously?
Mhm.
Okay. 13 for Constitution.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Okay. I'm glad I have something prepared, but we'll see.
And now it is Slate's turn. Slate, you're kind of coming to and popping out of your tent, and you see this grayish form walking past your tent and attacking Jasper right outside the campfire.
I have to spend an action to put on my armor. I'm not gonna put on my armor yet, but I'm going to just like peek out and then like kind of peek in, and then like in a cartoonish fashion, you see like an arrow just kind of slowly come out of the entrance of the tent. I want to take fire and bing, go right at number 3.
Okay.
Those wascally weapons.
Do you have 2 bows?
Yeah, I thought because I've had the short bow, and then we got the long bow, Blue and I. So I thought that's what he also had, was a short bow. And then when I gave him the long bow or short bow, I was like, doesn't he have 2? So because Blue and I both got a long bow from one of the bandits people.
I'll use yours though.
So that is +4. Not rolling good. What's the 11 + 4? 15.
You hit it.
Hey, baby.
Okay, kid.
Not worthless. Oh, that's max damage. That's 8 + 4, which is 12.
Nice.
And I believe that is a sneak attack.
But that would be sneak because he's focused entirely on me.
Almost max damage with another 5 sneak attack damage.
Ooh, baby.
Got all number.
And then I want to
You see this beast is like, he like puts his hands up in the air, just like as you just point blank, like right in the back.
hide back in the tent.
Okay.
Help me.
You now, poor Jasper, you watching all this happen very quickly, one thing after the next, and you just are coming up, recovering from that claw, and you see Slate as he kind of like pokes his bow out from the tent and gets this one distracted. In the midst of that, you peer left and right to see what other creatures might be coming in, and you notice that there is another one coming from the trees as you see number 4 approaching.
If I had an offensive spell prepped, but I don't know if you'll let me use it. It'd be very epic if you did.
And who's the black square?
I don't think
That's Lyle.
Lyle. Lyle. This creature sees you kind of like, I'm assuming like you're awake now.
He's awake, but since he hasn't arrived yet in initiative, I feel like he wouldn't have been armed quite yet. He still needs to pick up his stuff. He's just getting up.
Yeah, this is going to give you motivation to hurry up as you see this other gray creature with his claws come down to slash you. So for a 22 to hit.
Totally misses.
Are you holding 2 shields?
2 shields, and I'm carrying 2 sets of plate armor, and
Andy had me giving him help, so he's advantage on AC. Because that's how that works.
Yeah, totally.
You take 7 slashing damage as it just kind of like pulls down on your right arm. And I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
16.
16. Nothing happens. It is now your turn, Lyle.
I think he, for anybody at home, I think he's in rage right now.
Yes, Lyle would like to rage, and he's just gonna pick up his good old bone halberd, and he's just gonna slashy and bashy with it.
I'll give him a hiya and hiya. Then he'll slash him, sure.
Does a 14 hit?
Yes.
Sweet. All right, that's the slash, and then the bash. Does a 13 hit?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Both hit. The slash is a D10. That's a 1. But I am raging, so it's a little bit extra damage. How much is that? 7 points of damage from the slash.
Okay.
And then, okay, that's going to be a bit more. That's 10 points from the bash.
Wow.
Yeah, I got him right in the eye with that one.
Perfect. And it is now our
before that, could Lyle? He's gonna try to reposition himself. He's gonna.
Boogie with the hoodie.
Right about right there. Just to get around him and then try to block off Five's entrance into the group.
Yep, sounds good. And just as you pivot, you see that 5 starts running out of the tree line towards you as well. And same thing, goes to Claw. This time with a 18. Lyle?
Yes, that'll hit.
Okay.
But actually, as he enters the reach, I would also get a swing at him for Polearm Master.
Perfect.
23.
Yep, you get him. Sheesh kebabby.
Okay, this one's going to be good. 12 damage.
12 damage. So you just kind of goes completely through the side of his right ribs as you just kind of flay the side of him as he comes down and hits you with his claw.
Ooh.
And you take 5 slashing damage. And then roll a Constitution saving throw.
14.
Nothing happens. Top of
Perks of being a
round.
beefy barbarian.
Yes, top of round 2. Mr. Blue.
What do you do? I'm going to fire the bow at number 2.
Bing, bang, boom. Roll a hit it.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to roll. I'm going to plus whatever I can to that shit. Right, so that's a 14.
14. You connect.
Mm. Yeah. That's a 6 plus 3.
For 9.
But 9. Yeah.
All right. And let's do some math here. So you knock an arrow from this borrowed bow, but you don't care because you can kill anything with anything. And you just let it fly as you catch it right through the eye socket, and it goes right into the brainstem. And you watch as this gray beast just kind of falls and collapses to the ground as you kill it.
It still only counts as 1. Yeah.
Does that complete your turn, Mr. Blue?
Yeah, I don't want to get greedy.
Next up is number 1. Number 1 goes to take a claw attack at Baradin. For a 17.
Are these things
Yes.
humanoid?
Yes.
They got arms and legs.
Does that hit Baradin?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And this guy's got bigger claws.
Not about the size of the claws.
You take 13
About the
slashing
sharpness.
damage.
Mm-hmm.
How much?
13.
Okay.
And I need you to roll a DC 10 Constitution saving throw.
Is a 14.
Nothing happens. All right.
Good.
It is now your turn, and I need you to roll another Constitution saving throw.
Great. All right. 17.
You notice a strange stench that is almost unbearable, but you push through it, and nothing seems to bother you by the stench as you begin your turn.
Okay.
You poop.
Great.
You poop.
I am going to, I'll make 2 unarmed attacks against it.
Okay.
1 punch, and then try and knee it in the chest. First punch is a 22 to hit.
Yep.
All right. Second hit is a 16.
Yep again.
Awesome. That is 10 damage total.
Sounds good.
And I will actually spend a key point and do my extra attack for my bonus action.
Okay.
All right. 16 again.
Hits.
And 6 damage.
Nice. You're just
And that is it.
punching bagging this thing.
Stand my ground.
And it is now the little Jasper.
Alrighty. So I am thoroughly surrounded, starting to panic a little. And then kind of like out of like just pure instincts from her training, Jasper calms down for just a hair of a second, will not leaving the range of either 3 or 4 is going to take a step back to right about here, which I think is correct. 5, 10, 15, full. As she's stepping around, she's chanting in Elvish, and you start seeing bits of electricity forming in her hands. Her hair starts to kind of rise up and her eyes start to go blue. And she casts Thunderwave which is essentially a wave of electricity courses out from around her in a 15-foot diameter, area-wise, up and down, horizontally and vertically, like a 3D cube, 15 by 15. Unfortunately, there are going to be some casualties, but it was necessary.
So yeah,
So
that's
I'm going to
just
be
for
rolling.
info. You're gonna hit Lyle and Sleight in this.
Yep, I'm rolling 2 d8s worth of damage.
What type of save is it?
And I believe, yeah, there is a Constitution saving throw for all the creatures affected by this. So first I'll roll damage. You guys can roll your Constitution rolls. I don't believe there's any save against the damage, though.
Okay, Zap.
Oh, nope, that's no false. You do get, everybody gets half damage if you do a successful Constitution roll. Good luck.
Mm.
Please roll high, my friends.
17.
Okay, you successful?
18.
Successful.
But a little thing in the top right, left corner you says that Slate will remember this.
So 3, 4, and 5, the gray creatures all fail.
Beautiful.
Hold up real quick. Chris, unless
You
your
are.
Thunderwave reads differently than mine, you're targeting way too many people with that.
Am I? Mine
Yeah.
doesn't specify here. Wait.
It
So
says
it's a
each
15-foot cube where you are either a corner or a face point of the cube. So basically, in any direction
it's
from
not.
you, 15 feet out. It's not a 30-foot cube. It's a 15-foot cube.
Okay. So,
So by
well,
my
they could
measurements,
get-
you could hit Lyle at 4 and 5.
Yeah.
you hit 4 and 3.
I don't
and
even.
me.
I don't think you could hit 4 and 3.
no.
No,
Okay.
Too far.
I was reading it as an interpretation that you're in the center, because to me that would make sense that it's a pushback,
Yeah.
not a.
That's how I read
directional
it at
spell.
first too, because that's how I was trying to use Entangle. But then I realized that it's not
Okay.
that sort of dimension. The dimensions are slightly
So
less than
Slate,
19.
calm you down, calm your butt down. I won't throw it your direction
I
as I'm
didn't
trying
say
to.
anything.
You said you will remember this.
That's a joke.
So I'm trying to
Yeah.
save the party. So Lyle, I know, won't take any hard feelings. I throw it at 4 and 5.
All right.
And Lyle does get hit in that. 4 and 5, 3 now is disregarded. I'll
So
roll.
since you messed up, I got to re-roll my saves. I'm just kidding.
You're the DM. It's up to you.
Just trying to keep you
Rolling
honest,
my-
Chris.
Just-
Rolling my damage, and they failed.
Yeah, they did fail.
Let me double
Do
check.
I know what I
that
rolled
because
for
there is
all
a-
of them? I rolled 1,
What?
4, and 5. As failure as you can be.
Who rolled the 1?
Who rolled a 1?
And the
3
beautiful
did, but
part
he's
about
not a part of this.
Okay. Oh, jeez, this could be dangerous. And there's one more effect that happens. So I'm gonna roll. This will be damage that hits both of them. We have 5 for the first D8, and then 2 for the other D8. So a total of 7 damage for all creatures affected, and they get pushed back 10 feet.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So how
Doesn't
much
make
damage
any
was that?
mention though of them going into prone. So I assume it's more like they're
4 and 5 each take 10 damage, you said?
yeah.
Okay. So-
wait, seven
Seven
damage.
damage.
7 damage.
7
Let's be
damage.
fair.
So
And then
so this
I would take half, right?
yes.
You take half, and because you were successful on your roll, you aren't pushed.
My
So-
thunder thighs saved me.
yeah.
So, yeah,
you
beautiful.
you kill 4 dies, and 5 is pushed back 10 feet.
10 feet.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What direction? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I would imagine because I'm
Basically.
pushing the spell essentially due west. They're going to be pushed away due west. So yeah, exactly right there. So
And
you see this static wave hit the back of Lyle. I'm assuming he's a little not shocked, by
Mhm.
this, and the creature gets pushed back 5 feet. Jasper will then redirect her attention and prepare for any form of reaction towards number 3. I say that more dramatically, not necessarily mechanically. So,
perfect. And
and that will end Jasper's turn.
it is now Al.
right. We're gonna start off with using
Big L.
We're gonna start by healing Jasper
Oh,
Nah.
because little homie got hit really hard.
I got wrecked.
Yeah. We're gonna use Balm of the Summer Court, and I'm gonna use both of my dice for that. For 8 points of healing, plus a temporary hit point. Or 2 temporary hit points.
Yeah. Jasper goes from breathing heavy, but suddenly gets a little bit of levity in her step.
And then the way Jasper would see this is you feel that surge of good energy, and you look through the flames, and you see Al running, and then the flames kind of flicker, and Al's crouched over, and then the flames flicker in again once more, and suddenly there's a wolf in a wild shape.
Good God.
Doing that druid stuff.
Howling like a wolf.
And we're going to go take up a position right next to the fire, getting in between. Wait, is number 3 dead?
No.
No? Okay, yeah, we're going to get up in number 3's business and make use of pack tactics, kick some butt, and be real menacing and aggressive and stuff.
Okay.
That's my
And
turn.
that's your turn. And now it is number 3's turn. And number 3 sees as Al comes running in, and this beast just goes down to take a bite out of your shoulder.
Num num num.
Nummy num num num. 14.
Stats on wolf. Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay. And it bites down, and it is 8 piercing damage as it just chunks into your arm.
Okay.
And then I also need you to roll a Constitution saving throw. Actually, just kidding. I'm going to be honest. Redcon that. You don't.
Success.
Do it.
Oh,
Do it anyway.
Do it anyway. It is now Mr. Slate's turn. Oh, Mr. Slate.
Can you give me a physical description of their size and what they sound like, please? Again?
Yeah, so they're like a great description would be they kind of look like a demonic version of the dude from Guardians of the Galaxy, the gray guy.
Drax.
Yep.
Are they? What is their size?
They're like 7 feet tall.
Okay, so out of the tent, you see like around roughly the same height, the exact same beast crawling out and just kind of trying to mimic their voice as best as they can.
Rawr.
Getting out of the tent and looking around and just surveying how many there are. 4's the only one dead, right? And 2?
Yeah.
Okay. And then it just kind of like looks at the 2 party members and just like with a bloodthirsty look. And next thing then I'm going to roll for an attack. It's roll a 13, so I take it hits one of these things.
Yeah.
So going to try to shove Viper through the back of the monster through the chest.
Ooh. Keep going.
So that's a
Please.
D4 plus. So that's a total of 6 damage and 4 poison damage.
And
But I want to make it. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
what were you gonna say?
I said I would kind of make the Viper look like it's a claw, like it's a finger, and then like retract it and just kind of like look around.
Yeah. And you want to describe how you kill this creature?
So if anyone's seen Friday the 13th, just like it mimicking these movements since they're humanoid, grab the top of its head, and you just slowly see the viper start piercing through the right underneath the neck,
Oh.
and then letting the poison take effect, and then
Yeah.
slowly taking it out.
So as this,
Oh, I forgot to do sneak attack.
Yeah, just that extra. So, and as this creature's like bleeding out, as this snake like kind of like going through him, it's almost like he's not fearful that he's dying, like he's happy that he's dying, like he just accepts it and he puts his arms down
Puts his
as
arms
he
around.
falls to death.
I need out of this group real fast.
And next up is Lyle.
Boop, 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 boop.
Lyle, on his turn, he would like to kind of take the momentum from the shockwave, kind of give into it, and have it propel him towards 5. And he's going to make like kind of like a leaping attack at number 5.
You're muted.
You're cut out. You're muted.
Just go
Oh my.
full barbarianness on him.
I'm imagining you like a Norse god.
That's what I
thunder
yeah.
from behind you,
And then
striking down on this
strike.
creature.
Yeah.
All sweaty and
Hopefully
shit.
I'll hit though, so you know.
Oh, I hope you kill him, because if not, that's just sad.
Okay, well that's a 14, so I think that does hit.
It does.
Okay, D10. I rolled a 1 again, so what was that? 5, 6, 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage is enough to kill it.
All right, and I just want to like bisect him from like the shoulder, like clavicle area down, across like through the sternum, and then out through like the the bottom half of the rib cage, and just have him flop over.
Beautiful. And he drops dead. It is now the top of round 3, Mr. Blue.
Alright, so we've got 1 left now.
Yep.
Okay, I might as well give him a go with my. Well, sorry, not mine. My bow and arrow.
Yes, please do.
Okay. Well, now that you said something,
You know, I have a chore to do back at home. I'm just gonna go now. Oh, Blue, finish it off, please.
I'm gonna finish.
Oh, jeez.
16 plus. That's 21.
21 hits.
It does.
Well, that's a relief.
That's a 6 plus 3 again. That's a 9.
Another 9. Would
9.
you like
Metal
to
dice.
describe how you kill this ghast?
Bold Blue.
I'm not gonna be flashy about it. I'm gonna just take it for the face.
Right in the face. Just
It's my
Yeah.
bold Blue. We killed 2 of these.
yep. Finishing blows both times. Just snipe.
Mhm.
Wakes up, looks right, looks left, drops 2 arrows, and kills them both. You are now out of
I want
combat.
to subtly respect the bow, like whisper to it.
You are all now out of
s-
combat. Is there anything you guys would like to do?
Slate will go back in the tent and then come back out, and you see the normal mask wearing. And then now wearing the armor.
Oh,
I want to inspect these drugs.
I'm
Not
catching
sure.
my
Yeah,
breath.
same. I'd like to see if there's anything on them. I'll try and power past the stench there.
I want to look at Jasper like she's a chew toy.
And you guys all get 210 experience points as well.
Mm.
Any what the bucks?
No.
I think that's a level up.
Is it? Ooh,
200 and what?
10.
Yep.
Ding, 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 ding.
That's exciting. Baradin, as you are out of combat and you start looking at the bodies, you notice that they have these like branded symbols on them. A very similar symbol that you recognized from the book that Jasper has. It looks like some sort of torch with a skull and flame. And then you remember what they're chanting about the Prince of the Undead. And it clicks in your head that you have learned that this is talks of a ancient demon creature by the name of Orcus, and that it was taught to you in your training at the monastery.
I will very quickly point that out to Jasper and relay that information to her.
Orcus. Intriguing. Sorry, mind me.
Intriguing is not the word I would use.
Tantalizing.
Dead is what I would use.
Gonna avoid that word as well.
We now go back out to another flashback of a young Sylvana sitting on the beach side. It seems like there's no other people. She's gathered some incense and candles, and she's drawn a circle, and she's sitting in it, and she's reading this incantation on this paper. And you see the magic start to flow as like the sand starts to swirl, and this blackness kind of overcomes her.
This is what the demon.
And we'll see you next week.
All right.
Very